What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you just finished Paradise Season 2, Episode 7, and your jaw is on the floor right now, same, because this episode just completely flipped the entire season on its head. We are breaking down every single thing that happened in that ending, so if you are not caught up, hit pause right now because we are going deep into spoiler territory. Let's get into it. Okay, so first, the bunker crisis. Remember that cold open at the start of the episode where Cal Bradford asks what would happen if the bunker lost oxygen and came under siege at the exact same time? And Anders basically laughed it off and said the odds of that happening were basically zero. Well, guess what happened? Robinson and Jeremy sabotaged the air system from the inside, triggering an emergency open response. Meanwhile, the leadership team, completely panicking over Link's forces outside, slaps a full lockdown on the whole facility. Two completely opposite commands hit the system at the same moment, and the whole thing just melts down. That cold open wasn't just set up, it was a warning. And nobody listened. Now let's talk about the moment that broke the internet this week. One of Link's crew slips up and calls him by his real name, Dylan. And then Sinatra asks him his birthday. May 16th, the same birthday as her son Dylan, the same date she used as the password for all of her personal technology. Link is Dylan, Sinatra's son, who she thought was dead, has been leading the assault on her bunker this entire time. Think about that. The person she built all of this to protect her family from is her own child. That is next level writing right there. But here is where things get really wild. The final scene of the episode. Sinatra comes home. She's actually in a good mood after meeting with Link. She takes a private elevator down to a part of the bunker that almost nobody else knows exists. The doors open, bright light floods the screen, and she says, Alex. So who is Alex? Here's the leading theory, and it ties back to the scientist named Henry, who was killed earlier this season. Henry was working on some kind of advanced quantum technology. His wife, who had Huntington's disease, was named Alex. So ALEX is likely a technology that Henry developed, possibly named after his wife. And the theory that's gaining the most traction right now is that this machine doesn't travel through time. Instead, it removes free will. It forces a specific choice to happen where another choice might have been made. It doesn't change the past, it just guarantees one outcome over another. Which honestly makes Sinatra even scarier than we thought. Not everything was doom and gloom, though. On the outside, Xavier makes it out alive and finally reunites with Teri. And by the end of the episode, the two of them, along with Bean and Annie's baby, are on a train heading back to Colorado. But Xavier is still having those unexplained visions of Link, so his story isn't over. Those two worlds are going to collide in the finale, I guarantee it. And we cannot forget Gabi and Jane. Gabi sets a trap, gets the upper hand, and ends the episode leaving Jane bleeding out in a shower. Jane's fate is completely up in the air heading into the finale. Is she dead? Is she gonna crawl her way back? Either way, that storyline is far from finished. So here is where we stand, going into the Season 2 finale, airing March 30th on Hulu. You've got Link's forces assaulting the bunker from the outside. You've got a full internal meltdown happening at the same time. You've got the mystery of Alex and what that technology actually does. You've got Xavier's visions pointing him toward Link. And you've got Jane's fate hanging in the balance. Every single thread is about to converge, and I have a feeling this finale is going to leave us with even more questions than answers. That's everything for today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button. It genuinely helps the channel more than you know. Subscribe if you're new so you don't miss the finale breakdown next week, because we will be covering it the moment it drops. Drop your theories in the comments below. Who is Alex? Is Jane alive? Is Link going to turn on Sinatra or join her? I'll see you in the next one. Peace.